A review of the Cuisinart programmable 12-cup coffee maker. We just purchased one as our original coffee maker went out after about 2.5 to 3 years. This seems to be a common problem, so we thought we'd try this brand to see if they hold up better. Here's a function dial, and here you can have it set in the clock mode. This is what you set the hours and minutes for the clock with. You then go to the program, and you program the start time at which you want the coffee to brew. At this point, if you flip it to auto, it will come on and sense that it's ready to brew coffee, and it will start the coffee brewing at the time you've set. Here you have the auto off mode, which is a really nice feature in that you can program it for 1, 2, 3, or 4 hours, and after it brews the coffee, like 1 hour later, it will shut off the burner here. That's important because no longer will you have to go to work and say, oh my gosh, did I leave the coffee pot on at home? I'm going to brew coffee right now. You put this on the brew position and press the on button. I forgot to show also that when you go to the auto mode and you've got the time set, if you hit this button, the blue light comes on and it means it's going to brew your coffee the next morning. Here you have an LED that comes on that indicates when it's time to clean the coffee maker. This has a heater down here that heats the pot, as most coffee makers do, but in addition to that, it has an adjustable temperature setting. Right now we have it set on medium, but this is low, medium, and high. We like medium because the coffee doesn't get real hot after it brews, and which always to us seems to make it more bitter. The second side here is to make hot water. This is ideal for cooking oatmeal, making hot tea, or making some soup where you add hot water to soup. The coffee maker actually has 2 reservoirs in it, one for the coffee side and one for this side. And here, if you want, you can press this. The light will come on and flash, indicating it's heating the water. And when the water is ready, the blue light will play solid and allow you to remove water from the heater. The light here comes on when it's time to add water. In this case, what you want to do, if you want to make a cup of coffee, instant coffee, or you want to make a cup of tea, for example, you just take your favorite cup, you set it down here. What my wife and I do is we just put our tea bag in there, and after the water heats up in a few minutes, we can dispense the water. Here's a safety mechanism that blocks you from pressing this down. When you're ready to dispense the water, you can pull this over like this and press it down just like you would in a soda fountain, and the hot water will go into your cup. Point out that there's a special lid on this with a ball. This ball touches a dispensing element that's on the bottom of the filter mechanism, and when the pot is removed, the brewed coffee will stop coming out. So you don't have a spill, and you don't have to wait for the coffee to finish brewing. When you put this back in, the coffee will begin pouring back into the carafe. You can see the blue light's on solid, so now the water's hot. So now you just press down on this handle, like I said, making sure this is over, and hot water will pour out into your cup, and it's right at boiling, so it is pretty hot. As long as you hold this down, it will continue to come out. And when your cup is full, you just release it. And then if you want to put the safety mechanism over here, you can see the light is flashing again, and it's heating the next cup of hot water. I'm going to push this now, and that turns it off, which indicates I only wanted 1 cup of hot water. And I like this feature a lot. We like to have a cup of hot tea during the day, usually herbal tea, and this is a good way to make it. It takes about 2 minutes to heat the water up. I want to point out that we've only had this for a week, and we left the labels on for this review just so people would see it. One of the things that is different, it has a different type of filter system, and it uses tapered filters. So we had to go get some new filters. We prefer the brown paper ones. The white paper ones are bleached white with bleach, and we don't like that, so we use the brown ones. These were purchased at a local store. They were only about $3 for a box. Point out that when you buy these coffee filters, make sure you buy the size number 4. Here you can see the filters are an odd shape. They're a tapered filter like a funnel. The brewing chamber. Inside of this brewing chamber is a gold screen funnel. It's an outside filter. The paper filter goes inside of that. So that's what you want to have to put the paper filter in. I just want to point out that when you buy this coffee maker, you're going to get 4 filters. So that's why we had to purchase an extra box. Yeah, I put the paper filter into the coffee brewing basket. This is what it's going to look like. There's only one negative on this coffee brewer, and I'll point out to it, and it regards the use of these filters in the coffee and when you pour in the water. The negative is that the area to pour the water in is back in this back corner. You can see the max fill line. 1 12-cup decanter of water will fill it to the max. The trouble is it's in the back. So when you get back there to pour, you're going to have to be pretty tall, and you have to pull this out from under the cabinets to do that. And I guarantee you're going to spill water. If you look down inside of here, you can see the filter tray. I've removed the paper filter. The reason for that is it's almost impossible to pour 12 cups of water down that hole and not get water into here. So if you've already put coffee in here in your paper filter, you've just poured cold water into the filter, and it's not going to get heated up to brew the coffee. This system does also have charcoal filters. There's 2 of them. There's one here, as you can see in the bottom. It's a small filter package. And there's another one over here in the hot water side, here. And what this does is this filters your water. It gets rid of contaminants and also the chlorine taste of your city water, for example. Here over here in the hot water side, you can also see the max water line. The recommendation is when you're pouring water into this, that you always have the basket in here and the funnel and the coffee pot in place. That way if water spills in here, it goes to an empty chamber and goes into the pot. That way you can take the pot and pour it back into the sink or add water to fill it to the max line. If you don't do this, and this is out of here, for example, or the coffee pot's removed and you spill water in there, it will go down onto the heating element, and that's not good. Fill the water up. Just tuck your filter in here. Make sure you have it in the right position because it does have a flat bottom. And now you can put your coffee in there. We had this a week, but we like it a lot. I have to say that the first thing we did when we got it was ran a couple of batches of hot water through it before we brewed our coffee. That's what the instruction manual says to do. And after we did that, the next morning we had our coffee, and it didn't taste perfect, but it was okay. The second, third, fourth, fifth days was perfect. It was really good coffee. We really enjoy it. Surprisingly enough for us, we use this hot water dispenser a lot. We like it. We used to heat water in the microwave to make a cup of tea with, but now we just use this. All the unit's very stylish. It's easy to set up. Like right now with the coffee in there and the water in there, it's already set on automatic mode. After I'm done with that, I just hit the button, the blue light comes on, and you're ready to go the next morning. Point out that when you get new filters for the inside, the charcoal filters, that you should take those and soak them in water for about 15 minutes to saturate the charcoal. You then take them and put them into their holders and rinse them for about 15 seconds under water to make sure there's no particulate charcoal on the outside of it, and then you insert the filter baskets into place. It helps to purify your water and improve the taste of your coffee. The filters are designed to last 60 days. I wanted to point out on this hot water dispensing side there is a drip tray in place. You can remove it, and that allows you to set taller cups in here to fill up with more water. Also to wipe it out. It is removable, but it fits in like this. My wife and I are very happy with this unit. We like it a lot. It brews coffee quickly. We like that it's programmable. We wouldn't have anything but a programmable coffee maker. We also like that it has the automatic shut off if you forget to turn it off. And the adjustable temperature here seems to help a lot with the flavor of the coffee. We rated it 5 stars. This review is done by JJ CEO.